Officials in St. Louis County, Minnesota declaring a local state of emergency officially yesterday. The St. Louis County Board called an emergency meeting to vote on the declaration and discuss the status of communities and locations impacted by Tuesday's major storm. This comes as the extent of the damage becomes more clear after some areas of the county received between 7 and 10 inches of rain in just a matter of hours. The board unanimously approving that disaster declaration. That means the county can now seek emergency funding from both the federal government and the state of Minnesota. More than 40 roads across the county are said to be impassable and currently closed due to that flooding. And happening today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will be in St. Louis County to survey damage after Tuesday's storm caused the severe flooding. Walz will be accompanied by state and local officials as well as emergency responders. They're visiting the town of Biwabik at 10 a.m. Then they're traveling to Cook, Minnesota by noon. This comes following St. Louis County declaring a local state of emergency yesterday. Officials say this is the worst disaster the county has seen in 12 years. The estimates of damage already reaching $50 million.